Welcome to Magic Hour. I'm your host, Paul Chappell, and today we are reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong, a movie that 12-year-old me absolutely loves, but mature me absolutely hates. Yeah, so it's going to be one of those reviews, people. This movie was obviously made for kids, so maybe I'm not exactly the right person to be reviewing it. I gave a lot of thought to it, and it's appropriate for my channel, so we're going to do a review. I don't have to tell you that the plot for this film was super contrived. I mean, it's a movie about a big monkey and a fire-breathing dragon from Japan, so can I really fault it for having a flimsy plot? No. Like I said, I'm not the target audience. Obviously, it feels like the plot of the movie was written on a napkin in a bar somewhere between some drunk writers. Some guys got together. They were like, what would some teenagers love to see in a movie about Godzilla? And of course, someone thought up, hey, and before I say this, I want to go ahead and tell you, spoilers. But one of them said, hey, why don't we have a robot Godzilla? Yeah, that sounds like something that some kids would like, right? And then, of course, they had to square the fact that a big ape would not fare very well against a fire-breathing dragon. So how do we square these odds? And someone thought up, let's give Kong an axe. Yes, a battle axe. Now, who made this axe? His ancestors made an axe, of course. And where did they leave this axe? In the hollow earth below the surface somewhere. So yeah, it's got all those elements, and it's got a lot of boring characters. First of all, let me just ask the question: why is Cal Chandler even in this movie? He appeared for like maybe 5 seconds. He was pretty much there and says, "Where's my daughter? Oh, I need to find my daughter." The same thing he did in the last movie, and he has this annoying habit of yelling a line and then whispering his next line.
We needed a plan to keep peace with these things, and the best one we had just went down in flames.
I don't have any more. And the last thing that I need is to be worrying about you.
I just hate that actor. I think I complained about him in my review for Godzilla King of Monsters. He's just the most milky toast actor they could find, and they don't even care about having actors in this movie. They just dare to set the plot. You know, they're usually scientists or some other boring profession. In fact, the only entertaining actor in the movie was the black guy, of course. His name is Brian Tyree Henry. And for some reason, I thought he was a comedian or something. But I looked up his stats. He's an actor. He's just an actor. He plays this conspiracy nut who works for this company called Apex Cybernetics. And he thinks that they're doing some nefarious things. What those nefarious things are, he doesn't know. But shortly after he reports on his podcast, Godzilla attacks the facility he works at. Godzilla detects somehow. I don't know. They never explain that. But he just detects something threatening at this cybernetics lab. And of course, you probably can already guess what that is. Robot Godzilla. Oh. So, the movie follows two sets of individuals. The first set is the scientist. You got Alexander Skarsgård. He's the scientist believing in hollow earth theory, the theory that the Titans all came from below the surface of the earth. There's this whole ecosystem in the middle of the earth, and all the ancestors of Kong and Godzilla battled it out there, which is why they have this natural aggression toward each other. In fact, Kong is being kept at Skull Island in a containment facility. It's like a big holodeck, like from the Star Trek, the Next Generation, or more like maybe the big stadium in Hunger Games. But anyway, it's a holographic thing, and he's getting a little bit too big for the containment, and Rebecca Hall's one of the scientists that works there. She gets convinced by Alexander Skarsgård to move Kong to Antarctica, where he can enter into this hollow earth and Oh my God. It just trying to explain this plot is just giving me headaches already. Okay, so apparently there's this energy source within the Hollow Earth that the CEO of Apex Cybernetics, he wants to release Kong so that Kong can take them to this energy source and they can use this energy source somehow to battle the Titans, if that makes sense. I don't even want to get into the details of this plot. It makes no damn sense. It's just an excuse to get Kong out of this containment facility, because the natural thing you would be asking yourself if you watch the last movie is, if Godzilla attacks all the apex predators around him, why hasn't him and Kong gotten a fight sooner? And the fact that Monarch has him in this containment is the reason why. He can't detect Kong's presence until they move him out of the facility. And to move him out of the facility, they have to create this nonsense about some energy source in the Hollow Earth, and that Kong needs to go there because his ancestors were there and he naturally wants to go back there because of some genetic, I don't know. Just watch the movie if you want to understand it. I mean, I like I said, I cannot stress how flimsy the plot on this movie was. Was there anything good that I liked about it? Well, kinda. I mean, there was at least one good action sequence in the movie, and that was the first one that happens like 40 minutes within the movie. It's basically the first battle that Kong and Godzilla have. And after that, it was just a bunch of nonsense. Hollow Earth was kind of interesting. I wanted to know more about this ancient civilization below the earth. Whoever made this crazy axe for Kong and left it there. There was even the throne that Kong sits on that I guess his ancestors made. So that was a little bit interesting. Some of the technology they used to get there is kind of interesting. But that was it. I mean, like I've already said, the only interesting character was this conspiracy nut guy. For some reason, he teams up with Millie Bobby Brown because she believes that Apex Cybernetics is building something to make Godzilla angry. So she tracks down this conspiracy nut with one of her friends. This is actually the kid from Deadpool 2. They track him down and they all infiltrate Apex Cybernetics, and they have a little adventure on their own. But I don't know. It didn't feel like Millie Bobby Brown really needed to be in this movie either. But I think they were trying for a little bit of continuity with the last movie, which is the only reason they brought her back. But on the whole, all the characters in this movie were pretty damn boring. They were just there to give us some exposition and move on. Like I said, the plot made no sense. It was very contrived. The worst thing about this movie was the CGI. It was just blobs of stuff just flying past. And in the last movie, they destroyed, I think it was Boston. I think in the first movie they destroyed San Francisco. Second movie they destroyed Boston. In this movie they destroyed Taiwan. But you never get the sense that it's actually a real place. It just like the CGI was just so bad. It just looked like something, like I said, just blobs of stuff breaking, but it didn't feel real at any point. And of course, they always managed to evacuate all the people from the cities. And you realize at some point that they're not going to allow people to get killed because both of these monsters are kind of institutions onto themselves. And not only are people not going to die, but neither monster is going to die either because they're just franchises onto themselves. So that takes some of the suspense out of the battles because, you know, they make it seem like either one of them is going to die during the fighting, but you get to the point where, okay, they're not going to kill either one of them because they can't. There's too much money in making these movies. I mean, they're obviously successful or they wouldn't be making so many of them. So, yes. At a certain point, the fighting really makes no sense because you know neither one of them are going to die. And then, of course, they do the evil corporation thing at the last minute, and that's where robot Godzilla comes in. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have kids between, I would say, 8 and 14, they might actually like this. I mean, it might do them good to get away if they've been vaccinated, which I doubt at this point. But if they've been vaccinated, yeah, send them along to this movie or, rent it, whatever. It'll give you some peace for 2 hours. That's the best thing I can say about it at this point. It was a garbage movie on the whole. I wouldn't give it more than a 2 as a rating. And I guess that's that. Godzilla vs. Kong in theaters and on HBO Max. Yeah. That's all I got for today. I'd like to thank my subscribers. Encourage you. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a like or give me a comment down below. And ring that bell if you're already a subscriber so you know when my next video drops. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.